Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Crypto Convo, series where we cover exciting news and price action in the land of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. You guys, there's arguably never been a more exciting time to be involved in cryptocurrency than right now. And honestly, we have a lot to cover today, so I just want to dive straight into this one. As always, we'll go over each topic we're going to be discussing, and then we'll dive into each one individually. In front of us, TradingView, where we will talk technicals, price action, and price targets on the following names today, in this order, going down the watch list. Kicking it off, of course, with the king, can't not, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin still in a short-term technical breakout, although it's been a little slow over the past few days since Bitcoin reached its all-time high just under $65,000. Things are still looking good, and I personally believe we're still on our way to 80K, and I will, of course, explain why that is. So kick it off with the king, Bitcoin. We will also cover Ethereum. Alt season is in bloom, so altcoins have been on fire. The altcoins we are going to be covering today is Ethereum. Ethereum, of course, looking good. Chainlink, EOS, and Tron or TRX. So these are my personal favorite coins. These are the ones that I tend to trade most. Many of you would know that. I know there are a lot of great coins out there, but these are just the ones that interest me personally. I'm kind of a legacy guy, so that's why I really gravitate towards these projects. So these are the coins we're going to be covering today. Price action on all of them looks pretty damn promising, to be honest, especially Link. So I'm excited to cover Link with you guys and EOS. So again, very, very exciting times for the cryptocurrency sector as a whole in terms of technicals on the charts, but there's so much going on in regard to fundamentals, so we do have a lot of news to cover as well. In terms of the news articles, we will take a look at each article regarding that specific coin or project prior to looking at the charts, because of course, you guys know the drill. We do have to establish every argument with the fundamentals prior to diving into the charts, okay? So we will take a look, first of all, actually, you know what, before we dive into any of the charts, or whenever I feel this is necessary to pull up, you know what, maybe after we take a look at Bitcoin, we will take a look at this. This is the market cap BTC dominance chart. So this pretty much is just the Bitcoin versus altcoins chart right here. This shows BTC dominance in the cryptocurrency market. So BTC weighted against literally every other altcoin. And as you can see, since literally the beginning of the year, since New Year's, we pretty much peaked at the beginning of 2021. And since then, it has been on a massive decline. So we will zoom out a little bit. These are the daily candles. Just zoom out here. And I want to explain to you guys why, although altcoins have been seeing so much love and why that love could very well continue, I do think that because we've just been falling off an absolute cliff, especially over the course of April, I do think we're bound to see a little bounce in Bitcoin dominance, which of course is good for Bitcoin and many of the stocks we talk about here on the channel as well. Okay, so we will take a look at this, but in regard to news, the first article we're going to be taking a look at, titled World's Largest Asset Manager BlackRock, Cryptocurrency Could Become a Great Asset Class. So BlackRock, trillions and trillions of dollars in capital under management. Very, very, very important fund, one of the largest funds in the entire world. So we'll take a look at this. This is no small thing. I do believe we've discussed BlackRock Capital here in the past, and again, it's just good. This just continues to back the argument that not only myself, but literally everyone in the entire space that catalyzed this rally back in December, that institutional adoption is here, and people with a lot of money are beginning to understand Bitcoin that much more and more, yeah, for what it is and the value that it provides in the future of our financial markets. Okay, so we'll take a look at this. This one is pretty much just a headline read right here, so we'll just read this headline literally right now. Love that little dude. Wall Street Bets bows to crypto wave, allows Bitcoin discussion. Even the moderators of Wall Street Bets can't hold back the rising of Bitcoin wave any longer. So we all know the power of the masses to move the markets in 2020 and 2021, especially with the GME thing that went on. GameStop, AMC was pretty much single-handedly bailed out completely by Wall Street Bets. So we know that this Reddit forum has power. I've personally never been a part of it. If you are, more power to you. I just never really, it's not been my thing, this side of the investment landscape. But again, they do have power. The masses do have power. Dogecoin is a perfect example of exactly that. So again, this is not, I wouldn't say this is good news, but it's definitely something to keep in mind as we move forward. Because again, there's a lot of capital. There's a lot, like it's not a fund like BlackRock, but this is very crucial because it's like a lot of small players create enough capital to equal that pretty much of BlackRock. Okay, so very, very bullish news here. Next, Ethereum. So very, very exciting Ethereum news here. If you guys have been in the cryptocurrency space for any meaningful amount of time, then you would know that this hard fork has been on its way for so long. It's actually last year. I think summer of 2020 was when this was supposed to launch. But also, if you've been around for as long as I have, you would know that Ethereum is notorious for putting off and kind of keeping everyone waiting with their upgrades. But the Berlin hard fork is now live. The upgrade incorporates 4 optimizations aimed at gas efficiency and improved security. So if you guys have been trading Ethereum or any ERC20 token, anything that trades against Ethereum, which is pretty much everything, especially altcoins, then you would know that gas, which is the amount of Ethereum it costs to initiate that transaction, whether you're like transferring currencies, say you want to convert EOS Chainlink to Ether, it's going to be pretty expensive, especially if you want to transfer a significant amount. Even if you don't, it's still pretty darn expensive. So this hard fork is working on that issue because that's a massive issue that does need to be solved for the longevity of this project, and it's coming. So again, this is moving Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake. Not this necessarily, but it's one step closer to that, which is really what Ethereum, in my opinion, needs to do in order to not survive, but to thrive. As if it's not already, but to absolutely thrive, once again, in terms of longevity, okay? So we'll take a look at this. Again, look at Ethereum on the charts. Boom! Chainlink 2.0, a plan to turn DeFi into a $500 billion industry. Very exciting news here. Chainlink, for those of you who don't know, I say this every time, got to, Chainlink, a Chainlink analysis video was the very first investment-related video I ever posted on this YouTube channel. Sound like an absolute fool, so go throw that a dislike if you want to go check that out. But over a year ago, Chainlink, low single digits, and it's crazy to see how far this has come. So Chainlink, one of my largest positions in my cryptocurrency portfolio, super pumped to see it doing well. And again, once we dive into the charts, Chainlink, of all the projects we're going to be talking about today, even though it has been ripping over the past few days since I made the last crypto convo about a few days or a week ago or something, Chainlink still looks great on the charts, and I will of course explain to you guys why that is. But this is huge. Chainlink, Oracle solution. If you do understand Chainlink, it's very evident why. It's very evident to me, at least, why it's a necessary part of when it, like DeFi, decentralized finance, and again, just the not Chainlink 2.0, but the financial system 2.0 is where Chainlink 2.0 will likely fit in. So again, you guys, that's the beauty of cryptocurrency. People are realizing the crypto markets, altcoins specifically, which is why they're ripping. Of course, people want to make money. They see it as a very easy way to make money, which unfortunately it is, but that will not last forever, as everyone knows. But again, people are realizing this is the most democratized, borderless way, the asset class on the entire planet. So I like that everything's popping off, but again, it's very important to stay grounded in the fundamentals, especially if you want to invest in a project for the long term. Again, Dogecoin pumping. It probably will get to $1 in all honesty, but Dogecoin was literally created as a meme coin. I was in the space when Dogecoin was created, and I just can't in my right mind invest in that, but to each their own, once again. But Chainlink, again, really like the technicals, really like the fundamentals right now. So this project excites me a lot. Those are all the articles we're going to look at today. Again, we will also take a look at EOS and Tron. EOS, I really like. Voice.com is the first ever decentralized social media platform. Hit me up at Royce. Got my first name handle on there, and that's super exciting. And at the very end of the video, speaking of at Royce, blockfi.com/Royce, you guys get up to a $250 bonus when you create an account and deposit some money. Obviously, it's not going to be $250. I think you have to deposit like $10K or something to get $250, but you'll still get some free Bitcoin if you create a new account. And BlockFi, you guys, as I always say when I talk about our beautiful, amazing partner that is BlockFi, I was such a fan and a user of BlockFi long before they hit me up. So it's just an absolute honor to be partnered with such a generationally relevant company in the crypto space. Future of finance, you guys will go down here. This is like, when it comes to my argument for BlockFi, why I personally use BlockFi, this is definitely it. Earn more from your crypto with a BlockFi interest account. Your crypto can earn you up to 8.6% APY. Interest accrues daily and is paid monthly. There are no hidden fees, no minimum balances, and no reason to wait. So just straight up, you guys, have your crypto work for you. You obviously reap the rewards of Bitcoin. So you throw in one Bitcoin in there. If Bitcoin goes to 100K, you get like the 40K that Bitcoin appreciates, but you also get I think it's like 6.8% interest yearly from that. So again, this is the calculator right here. You can see all this. We'll dive into it a little more at the very end, but in my mind, it's, and again, the reason I've been a user of it for so long is because if I have Bitcoin, why would I not have it work for me and not only earned the value that it accrues as an asset in itself, but burn interest on top of that. So we will take a look at this. They do all these as well, but we're just focusing on Bitcoin today because Bitcoin is king. Again, blockfi.com/Royce. That link will be down in the description if you guys want to check that out. As always, before we do dive into it, I will ask you guys to please give the video a like. We're pretty deep in right now, but again, we do have a lot to talk about. So please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and want to catch more content like this. Check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter, first link down in the description. If you want to know exactly how I'm trading my cryptocurrencies and my crypto-related stocks, call options, put options, stock positions, crypto positions on a daily basis that is updated daily during market hours. And with every update, I also send out an email newsletter explaining my thoughts, rationalizing my trades, showing you guys some charts, letting you guys know whatever I think is important on that day. So $15 a month, first link down in the description. It really means a lot if you guys check that out. If not, no worries. Also, the Waves exclusive Discord. This is just a place where I hop in there every day. I do let the Discord know my trades a little more in advance. I don't throw much charts in there and stuff. But tomorrow, we are doing a live stream, our second ever live stream on here, and I am going to be doing my live streams exclusively on Discord. Going to be doing this live stream in the last 30 minutes of market open, just especially going to the weekend. I think that's a very, very crucial time in the market, so it's going to be fun. Just hop in there, do a little Q&A with all of you guys, and yeah, I think I will start doing this. At least I'll do my best to do this every Friday, because again, especially as we go into the weekend, those last 30 minutes are everyone's on their toes. Okay, so that should be fun. Again, that link will be down below as well. It's gonna be fun. Again, even if it's not a live stream, I do hop in there every day for at least a little bit, just in general, just to chop it up with you guys. So yeah, that link will also be down in the description. Just wanted to let you guys know. Let's hop into these charts. Okay, so Bitcoin, you know what, we'll do this and then we'll hop into this while we're here. Let's just do this. Okay, CEO of BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, says that he is fascinated by cryptocurrency. Sorry guys, we're just talking for so long, I figured you want to see some charts, but we'll get into it. Believing that it could become a great asset class. However, he said that BlackRock has not received many inquiries from its institutional clients about having Bitcoin in their portfolios. Lie. Following, no, I'm not going to say that's a lie, but I mean, there are many other funds that would completely disagree with that. Following Coinbase's IPO via a direct listing on NASDAQ, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink was asked in an interview with CNBC Wednesday whether his view on cryptocurrency has changed. BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager with more than $8.7 trillion in assets under management. That is no small number right there. And I quote, "I'm still fascinated about it," he began. "I'm encouraged by how many people are still focusing on it." This is the last paragraph right here. "I'm encouraged about narrative. It may become a great asset class," he emphasized. "I do believe this become a great asset class, cryptocurrency. However," the executive noted, "I don't believe it's a substitute for currencies. I think we're going to have a cryptocurrency of dollars, cryptocurrencies of other currencies." So that was pretty weirdly worded. That was honestly kind of even hard for me to understand. "I don't believe we should think about cryptos as a substitute for currencies. I'm fascinated by it as an asset class," and I quote. So again, this is coming from the CEO of the largest asset manager in the world, trillions, almost $10 trillion in assets under management. So again, it's just the notoriety that Bitcoin is accumulating over time. It's very real, and it's just going to continue to trend this way. We already take a look at this. This was just a straight up headline read. So let's take a look at BTC. BTC turning down a little bit as we're recording, but that's all right. Again, you guys, just zooming out here, get rid of this because this does get a little distracting. Just zooming out here, you guys, Bitcoin is like undoubtedly in a bull market. You can see here this morning on the shorter term time frame, since that high right here, pulled back, reached 65K, immediately pulled back. I think investors were expecting to hit the short term, kind of the short term line of support beginning on April 7th. So it's still possible in my mind that we do come down here and test this line of support. Okay, and that said, I mean, we're absolutely still in a short-term uptrend. We did break out a couple weeks back. We are forming like somewhat of a bull flag here. Again, parabolic move up followed by a descending triangle. Come down here, maybe test this line of support around 62.6 or something. But ultimately, I think over the coming weeks, like before the end of the month, we will rip, especially considering, which we will look at before we dive into those Ether articles, this Bitcoin dominance chart. I do think it's very, very likely that ultimately we will come up. I mean, I think it's going to happen by the end of the month, but as you guys know, I've been wrong many times in the past. I could very well be wrong this time, but I remain bullish. All the fundamental stars are still aligning. It just makes sense to me that Bitcoin will inevitably rip up at some point over the coming weeks, and my bet is that it will happen sooner than later. So April 21st, let's just say overall resistance is hit a week from today, which again is very, very optimistic, but it's still likely. We've all seen it happen before. We know what Bitcoin can do. If that happens, obviously using this very, very obvious trend line that has been printing since the beginning of the year. Again, touch point here, touch point here. Every trader on the planet is looking at this line of resistance. That would take us to a week from today on April 22nd, $81,000. Keep in mind, you guys, this price target is completely dependent on when this line of resistance is reached. So if we span this out, let's say it happens May 24th, just to where my cursor landed, that would take us to $95,000. If we want to get to 100K, that would be about... If we want to get to 100K, the elusive six-figure Bitcoin, that would take us to June 7th. So, again, maybe this takes some time to play out, but ultimately I do think it's more likely than not that we see one more run to the upside. And, yeah, I'm ready for it. Always know, you guys, my money is where my mouth is, okay? So that is Bitcoin. Actually, the entire market is seeing a little trouble right now, but that's okay. It usually does get a little choppy around this time. Like the East Coast is getting dark. Everyone's kind of going to sleep, so makes sense. That's okay. Let's move on to Berlin hard fork prior to moving into Ethereum. So Berlin hard fork is now live on Ethereum. Let's move down a little bit here. Ethereum's Berlin hard fork went live at block 12,244,000 Thursday. The Berlin hard fork is a network upgrade that incorporates 4 Ethereum improvement proposals that tinker with gas prices and allow new transaction types. The upgrade is a stepping stone to a much bigger London hard fork, which will activate EIP 1559, a momentous and controversial change to Ethereum's fee structure. So we're not going to go over all of these, you guys, but you can pause it right here, actually, and read through some of these if you want to. I'm just not going to go through it, but they're all good stuff. The Berlin hard fork, named for the capital of Germany that played host to the first Ethereum DevCon, was originally scheduled for June or July of 2020, but was pushed back to when decentralized concerns around Geth client on which most Ethereum nodes operate. This hard fork, which means old Ethereum clients will not be compatible with upgraded ones, is one of many on the road to ETH 2.0, Ethereum's Herculean leap from proof of work to proof of stake. Sorry, you guys, I'm stumbling because there is a jet outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it is so loud. It's like rumbling the building. It's like fighter jets because there's an airport right over there. So anyway, that is Ethereum. Let's take a look at Ether on the charts. Ether looking very, very bullish on the charts, and actually coming perfectly to, it's always fun when I draw these absolute, like, completely randomized price targets and they do just happen to hit them. So Ether did come up to test this center line, the top side of resistance on the central channel, or I should say on the lower ascending channel of the overall megaphone ascending channel. There we go. So as you guys know, Ether is a game of channels. The same thing applies with Chainlink, which we're about to look at. You can see since it started rallying back in December, Ether has created a beautiful megaphone channel, and with two smaller ascending channels in it. So again, Ether printing a pretty textbook ascending channel right here up until February, broke that ascending channel, created a lower tier, lower level ascending channel, which we're now in. And although it's setting all-time highs, it's only testing the top side of resistance on the lower ascending channel. If we can successfully break back into this, just say conservatively, if we can break to $2,600 to a $2,600 Ethereum over the coming days, over the coming week or so, I think it's highly, highly likely that we ultimately come to test the top side of resistance on this overall megaphone pattern, on this ascending channel, this big old massive ascending channel, the top side of the top tier ascending channel. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with this top and bottom tier thing, but the top tier ascending channel, the line of resistance on this top ascending channel, that would take us to on May 1st, just because that's where I choose to draw this price target. Nice, easy end of the month target. That would take us to a $3,500 Ethereum. And that's pretty much all there is there. I'm bullish. Again, a closure above 2,600 in my mind would solidify the fact that Ether has officially broken into this upper tier ascending channel. And I do think we're going to test the overall line of resistance on the greater uptrend. Move on to Chainlink. So before that, I just realized that we forgot to look at BTC dominance. So again, you guys, Bitcoin dominance has fallen off an absolute cliff since the beginning of the year. And as many of you know, Bitcoin does operate in cycles. Like if you guys have been around since 2017, if you guys have been around for a few cycles, you know that this, like, again, just look at this chart. This is a perfect example of it. It ebbs and flows. There's ups and downs like everything else in the markets. Bitcoin and altcoins cycle, okay? So it would make sense to me that we do see a bounce just right here, considering like, okay, let's zoom out here because I do want to show you guys this. So we're reaching an area in Bitcoin dominance where it looks like we might see like a kind of a double bottom formation. Like definitely saw some support around here. So it just would surprise me if we didn't see at least a bounce here. We are technically in a downtrend because we did set a lower high, or a lower high now, a lower low, I guess, on the overall uptrend. Again, high, low, high, and we have now set a lower low. So from a technical perspective, and again, this chart is kind of weird, and there's a lot more psychology and fundamentals that play into Bitcoin dominance. But if you're just looking at a chart here, it would surprise me, just considering, again, we've seen such carnage since over the course of the month of April. It would just surprise me if we didn't see a bounce. Okay, so I do think we're going to bounce because altcoins have been ripping so hard. I do think it's time for Bitcoin to shine a little bit more. But again, because we are in a hype rally right now, it would not surprise me to see this span a little longer as well. So we'll just have to see how that plays out. Move on to Chainlink. So Chainlink's white paper. In brief, Chainlink has published a white paper exploring how its decentralized Oracle networks will evolve. Co-founder and CEO Sergey Nazarov says Chainlink's hybrid smart contracts will define the future of the industry. Published today, Chainlink's white paper reveals the startup's plan for a big leap forward in the evolution of the hybrid smart contracts that co-founder Sergey Nazarov is convinced will come to define the blockchain industry. Hybrid smart contracts are about combining blockchain smart contract application compatibilities and off-chain world proof of data and computations, Nazarov told Decrypt last week prior to the paper's publication. This is a big leap forward because it redefines what people can build, in his words. Those applications, Nazarov said, include NFTs, stablecoins, and the booming decentralized finance or DeFi industry, which he believes could grow to $500 billion in total value locked this year. Over the last 3 years, Chainlink Link token has broken into the top 5 cryptocurrencies by market cap, while its technology has been integrated into over 300 projects to connect blockchain to real-world data. But while the new white paper charts that progress, its focus is on over 100 pages of cutting-edge research exploring how the startup will evolve its vision and its technology in the near future. Okay, so again, as I said in the beginning, Chainlink has always appealed to me as a project from a fundamental perspective, and it looks great on the charts. So let's dive into Chainlink on the charts. Chainlink right here is falling off an absolute, like, okay, what? Come on. Okay, yeah, we're seeing some carnage right now on these charts. Okay, but that's okay. Again, you guys, things have been ripping so hard that this is not surprising to me. Regardless, I do think Chainlink, since we've ripped, again, you guys, just over the past few days, I think I talked about Chainlink like right around here or something a few days ago, and it was very likely to me. It looked very appealing to me because Chainlink, before it popped off, before it started ripping, was perfectly dancing on a very, very strong line of support. So this is not surprising to me. Again, similar to Ether, you got the 2 tiers of ascending channels with the overall megaphone ascending channel. Let's see if we can come up. It's very likely to me that at the very least we come up to test the top side of the lower ascending channel. Again, previous support acts as new resistance, proven here, and it makes sense to me that at the very least, again, even if we do see a short-term pullback, Chainlink will ultimately see a rip up to test this channel, the top side of the lower level ascending channel here, if we do break above that. So pretty much if we can break over the coming week or so, I'm just going to say like 53, 54 bucks. If we can break $53 over the coming week or so, then I do think it's very likely, similar to Ethereum, that we ultimately come up to test the top side of the overall uptrend. Very, very strong trend line here. Again, very, very textbook ascending channel here prior to breaking down. I think it's very likely that if we do break, say, 53 bucks, that we will test the top side of this ascending channel. Maybe it takes a little longer, but just because, again, I'm doing end of the month price targets here, which is coming up real quick, you guys. It's already the 15th, so we're halfway through the month. If this happens over the course of the next couple weeks, this could take Chainlink to $70, okay? So $70, best case scenario by end of month is my target for Chainlink, which at this point, just under a 2x, but of course, that's still very, very exciting price action. Let's close it out with EOS and Tron. So EOS, again, EOS looking great. EOS getting very, very close. Pretty much testing the top side of resistance on this actual massive ascending channel. So pretty similar stories here. EOS was actually like a very easy read. I remember talking about EOS at the end of March around here, even more so than Chainlink. Like, EOS was just asking to explode because this was such strong support. And of course, there's always a chance that it breaks down. But if something is testing support that many times, especially in a bull market of cryptocurrencies, then I felt like it was only a matter of time before it popped off and ultimately tested the top line of resistance. which again, many traders are looking at. This is still the same uptrend right here, beginning right here again. So like high, low, higher high, and technically a higher low right here. Now we're just setting that higher high. So I do think EOS will definitely see some, if not already, just because, again, every trader is going to be eyeballing this trend line. So everyone sold just as it's about to approach. That's the game. That's how many things work a lot of the time. It would not surprise me at all to see EOS come up to about $8.50. I mean, we pretty much got there. So $8.50 to perfectly test that. But honestly, you guys, considering EOS's all-time high, I believe, is like 23, 24 bucks, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see EOS do that again. And like, especially again, as I mentioned earlier, the world is now investing in altcoins. The world is realizing that this is the most democratized way to invest your capital that can provide insane gains. So it would not surprise me to see some all-time highs met. But again, we'll see what happens. We will definitely see some resistance here, if not already. Ultimately, though, I do think that EOS will start ripping again. And if we do break this, then we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, okay? Let's close it out with TRX. This has been a long one, you guys. I'm getting winded. So TRX is in like an absolute megaphone ascending channel right here, okay? So since it broke out just at the beginning of this month, we're seeing things rip right now, okay? So so Tron is, again, just in this massive megaphone ascending channel. I do think it's likely that Tron, considering Tron's all-time high, I believe was, I think, I just looked at 26 cents. I can't go back here because the data doesn't go that far back. But I believe Tron's all-time high back in 2017 was 26 cents. Please correct me on that if I'm wrong. But again, you guys, in this current market environment, it is a little different, I guess, because there's so many more coins out there. There's so many more coins that people are attracted to. So it might dull the potential of these more legacy plays, which is crazy to say just because they're only from 2017. But again, I've been a fan of these projects. I still like the fundamentals of these projects. Tron has always been very good at marketing. They're good at like acquiring things too. So Tron, Justin Sun, kind of a weird project, but I've always appreciated, like Justin Sun's pretty much like the Elon Musk of crypto, like great marketer, obviously doing cool things, like not as much as a world innovator as Elon Musk by any means. Literally only making that reference in concern to his marketing ability, so I'll say that much, and CEO of Tron. But Tron on the charts, I do think that it's likely that because Tron just did break this high as well, I think it's likely that over the course of this rally, we ultimately do test this top line of resistance, which can get pretty damn crazy. And it's very like highly optimistic. But let's just say April 28th, this thing starts ripping. Tron goes absolutely berserk. April 28th, that would take us to a 38-cent Tron. So keep that in mind. But at the same time, be cautious as well, because there is just so much money flowing in this market right now, so much excitement. And we are inevitably in the midst of some sort of bubble. Will this bubble pop as badly as it did in 2017? I definitely do not think so, just because the fundamentals are greater. Definitely not for Bitcoin, at least. I think altcoins, many altcoin projects like Dogecoin, specifically, I'm sorry to literally burst bubbles. I think there's some players in the space that will just absolutely pop, and a lot of poor people are going to lose their money, okay? So just be cautious out there, you guys. Bitcoin is like the opposite of a bubble in my mind. Okay, so right now, as we close out this video, Bitcoin, again, perfectly bouncing off previous support. Let's go to the hourly because I just want to show you guys this. I did show this to the Discord this morning. This is exactly what I want to see. Put in my newsletter. Actually, in the time of me sending out the newsletter and hopping into the Discord, I drew like an arrow right here because Bitcoin was in a perfect symmetrical triangle right here. Symmetrical triangles, as we've been saying with like Riot and stuff, usually resolve themselves in the direction of the overall trend. Bitcoin is in a rally. It's still significantly above the line of support on the short-term uptrend. And again, you guys, Bitcoin is just looking good. I think $80,000 is on the way. That's been my price target for a long time. I'm sticking to what I've thought is going to play out in my gut, in my heart for like the past month or so, like maybe even more. And I do still believe in it because Bitcoin, like the fundamentals are still so real. And again, people still want a piece of the Bitcoin if they don't have it already, okay? So we'll call it there. You guys actually talk about BlockFi. I mean, I pretty much already told you guys what this does. So BlockFi earn interest. They also have like a grid. Like the app is sick. The card is amazing. Look at that. Look how sick that card is. But the reason that, again, I've used BlockFi for forever is because of the interest. So this is the interest calculator. Let's just do 1 BTC for 10 years. At current prices, keep in mind, if Bitcoin goes up to $100,000, this price is going to be significantly more because you still earn that 6.8%. I think it's like 6.4 or something. I'm not exactly sure what Bitcoin is, but it ranges. But I think Bitcoin is at least 6% interest, okay? So If you put in 1 Bitcoin to BlockFi, just in your BlockFi interest account, that would earn you $5,000 per year. At current prices, over 10 years, that would earn you $50,000. So again, say over 10 years, I think Bitcoin's going to be a lot higher than $100,000. Over 10 years, you earn $40,000 if it gets to $100,000 off the Bitcoin itself, but you also earn $50,000. And again, as Bitcoin does go up, obviously this number gets higher and higher because you're earning a percentage on the value of that Bitcoin. Okay, so in my mind, it's a no-brainer. I don't know how much more I can explain it as than that, but I know you guys are smart. I know you guys get what general interest is. But again, if you guys have not signed up yet, if you guys want to sign up, go support the channel. We appreciate the members of the Waves fam. BlockFi.com/Royce. Again, you get free crypto if you sign up and make a deposit in there, and I get some too because that's what a partnership is. So I appreciate you guys supporting BlockFi. If you do, even if you don't use my link, that's fine. It's a sick platform, and I appreciate you supporting my partners and the people who support me. Okay, so we'll call it there, you guys. I am out of breath right now, so I remain bullish on Bitcoin, and yeah, we'll see what happens next. Of course, I'll keep you guys posted. So until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.